Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys a brand new music collection update video. I haven't done one of these in about a few months, and I'm also recording this with my new phone. I've actually upgraded. Before I had the iPhone SE, now it's to the iPhone 16e, so you can expect better quality videos, and I can also film in 4K. Well, I have done before, but it's the first time I could do it with like the camera front facing me and stuff, so yeah, but have a stack of CDs right here, and then I'm just gonna work my way through the vinyl. So I'm trying not to comment on much, so let's just get started. First CD is from, well, I'll probably get some shit for this, probably not. And it's kind of different, something I wouldn't normally listen to, but I like this artist. I'm talking about Ashley Supa. This is her first self-titled album. It was actually self-released in 2022. If you don't know her, she also plays bass for the band Plush. I've showed the case that she's from New York. This is one of her CDs. I actually got it on eBay, and it actually came signed by her. And it's the digipack right here. It's kind of different. It's more kind of like funky, kind of like pop R&B stuff. It's something I wouldn't normally listen to, but it's catchy. I like it. You know, and the older I'm getting, I'm not like, oh, I'm just a metal guy. Fuck all that stuff. But yeah. But I should be able to redeem myself with these next two albums. And I finally needed these albums to complete their discography. And these were hard to find, so I had to find them for a good price on Discogs. And I'm talking about the band Belphegor, who are the black and death metal band from Austria. I finally found their first two albums, being The Last Supper. I think this was a press that was on last episode records or something. This isn't even the actual artwork. The actual artwork has, it's funny enough, is on the disc itself with the baby being cut in pieces right here, which is just fucking ridiculous. And their second album right here, Blood Sabbath, right here, and here's the back. It's, you can see it's used because apparently there's no insert tray art, so it has like the Belphegor and the album name and stuff. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing them. They're playing at the Masquerade on the 22nd, literally the day before my birthday. So if anybody's going to that, I hope to see you there. Anyway, moving on to, I got Benediction with the Grotesque Ashen Epitaph EP. I don't think I really need to introduce these guys. Been around since the late 80s, death metal band from the UK. I'm looking forward to seeing them at Maryland Death Fest in May, so that'd be awesome. Next up, I have the new Bleeding Through album with Nine. One of the best metalcore bands ever. They've been around since '99. I think Brendan and the crew definitely kill it again. And then this has some guest features. They have Doc Coyle from God Forbid and Bad Wolves on, and then Wartime featuring Brian Fair from Shadows Fall. I think they're one of the best bands, especially they have like the symphonic and orchestrations to their music. It's just amazing. Anyway, moving on to these next two albums I really need for my collection. I'm talking about Blood Red Throne, death metal band from Norway that's been around since the late 90s. I have two of their albums right here. I got Souls of Damnation, and this one, which is the self-titled, which came out in 2013. Looking forward to seeing them again at Maryland Death Fest in May. I saw them last year at the 70,000 Tons of Metal Cruise, and it was amazing. Looking forward to seeing these guys again. And next up, I have Cancer with Death Shall Rise. Another band, they're playing at the Pre-Fest at Maryland Death Fest in May. And this one is a 2-disc set. First CD has the album, and the second CD has a live concert live at Wrexham Memorial Hall in Wales, August 31st, 1990. Yeah, right here. And then here's the two CDs itself. It's good to have this. And then next one I'm going to talk about, and I'll probably get some shit for this one, probably not. I'm talking about a classic album for me, sort of nostalgia. I'm talking about Crossfade with their self-titled album, which came out in 2004. I got this on a bid on eBay. As you can see, it is also signed by the original lineup that was recorded on the album. So I just had to get it. It's probably like the only album I really give a shit about. And apparently they're back together. I heard they're playing a festival in Ohio in May. Hey, so good for them. Anyway, next band I want to talk about, it's a new band to the collection. and I pretty much almost have everything. I'm missing a couple things, and I'm talking about the band The Crown. If you aren't familiar with Crown, they're sort of like they're like a thrash metal, death metal band from Sweden. Been around since the 90s. Originally, they were called the Crown of Thorns for their first two albums, but I guessing there was like another band at the time that was called that, so they had changed their name to The Crown. And I pretty much have everything. Like I said, I'm missing like maybe 2 or 3 albums, but first off, I have their first album, being The Burning. This was, like I mentioned before, when they were originally called Crown of Thorns. This was reissued when they were now called The Crown. And then their second album, Eternal Death. So it's good to have those right there. Put these back. And I have this Hell on Here. Apparently it's a promo I got from Amazon, I'm supposed to get a replacement one because, as you can see, the disc here got cracked right here, which I apparently got dicked on that one, but I did get a refund for that, so I should get a replacement soon. Then I have Death Race King, Crowned in Terror, right here. Possessed 13. And kind of a funny thing about this, because I ordered another one which has a different artwork. It's still the same, but it's in white. Then I opened up the disc and it actually had Heretic by Morbid Angel on there. I still hold on to the case just to have it. In fact, I'll probably just go grab it for you guys. Hold on one sec. Right here, it's just a white case of this, but I decided to keep the case, so I have like the black version and the white version. But I decided to get which actually has the right fucking album on there. But I just thought it was kind of interesting to show. So I have like I think it really matters, but I just prefer the black right there. Just put the white aside. Then of course we have Crowned Unholy right here. Now, Crowned Unholy is kind of an interesting thing. This is actually a new kind of re-recording or a new version of Crowned in Terror right here. I guess for some reason they didn't like the other version, so they decided to redo this. And this second one has a second disc or something, which is a live concert from Karlsruhe, Germany, on the November 24th, 2003. So it's kind of funny how I have that right there. It's actually a DVD. Then of course we have Cobra Speed Venom, Royal Destroyer, and their latest one that came out last year, Crown of Thorns, which is of course the band's original name. So yeah, and they're a really great band. I would hope they'd come tour the States. I would love to see them. Just put this back right here. Anyway, moving on, I'm almost done with the CDs. So this band I want to talk about, and I'll probably get some shit for this band, probably not. No, I'll probably lose like 20, 50 subs or whatever. I'm talking about A Day to Remember with their new album, Big Ol' Album, Volume 1. Now, if you aren't familiar with A Day to Remember, they're sort of a rock band from Ocala, Florida. Been around since 2003. I kind of like these guys. They're kind of catchy. This is their first album since their previous album, which came out in 2021, You're Welcome, which honestly, I didn't really care much for that album. But this album is actually pretty good, surprisingly. I heard the first couple singles, and it's great. Yeah, for some reason, they just released the CD and vinyl version of it first, but then apparently next week, it'll actually be going up on streaming. So I don't understand why they just decided to do that and not just do it all at once. But that's just me. Anyway, moving on to another new band to my collection. I'm talking about the band XDO. If there's for a band from Montreal, Canada. I have all of their albums. It's basically like everybody in Cataclysm, some form of the band, but they also have like another guy playing with them. I forget, Dano Aaron playing bass with them, because they're the bassist for Cataclysm stuff and is playing guitar in XDO. So I have all four of their albums. First off being Ex Romulus. As you can see, I also got this signed by the band. I have all these signed from when I saw them on the 70,000 Tons of Metal Cruise, and they actually put on a great show. And mostly like they sing about like Roman history and stuff. And I have Caligula, I probably butchered that. The Immortal Wars, and then the 13 Years of Nero, which I love, and I forget which song. And they also have Brittany Slays from Unleash the Archer singing on one of these songs. I can't really remember, but I like them. They're a really great band. So yeah, I'm finally, and I also know they have an EP that came out this year, but I definitely need to get a hold of that. I'll just set these aside. Anyway, moving on to another one of my favorite albums that came out this year. New Halo Effect album, March of the Unheard. Great follow-up to Days of the Lost. Like I said before, I feel like this is basically what In Flames should have been, because it has former members of In Flames. So Michael, Jesper, and the boys really killed it. Did again, and I'm glad that they've got it good. Put out another great album. Just this right here. Next up, I think I'm just need one more album of theirs, and I have all their albums. I'm talking about Cataclysm, and this is like a 2-in-1 thing, which has their first full-length album, Sorcery, and then the Mystical Gate of Reincarnation EP in one. So yeah, I just need one more of their CDs, and I got it. Next up, Hour of Penance with their album Regicide. As you can see, got signed by James Payne because he played drums on this album. And then I got 2 albums from the band Kitty. I know some people will give me shit for it, probably not. Sort of a new metal band from Canada. I got their first 2 albums. First off being Spit, and then Oracle. And then got the new Korpiklani album, Rankarmampu. Probably butcher that. Looking forward to seeing them on the 26th with Ensiferum at the Masquerade in Atlanta, so hope to see you all there. Then I got new Lacuna Coil album, Sleepless Empire. Great follow-up to Black Anima, which came out in 2019. Yeah, Christina and the boys really killed it yet again. And they've gotten also a lot heavier now. And I got Malignancy, Discontinued. Psychroptic, The Scepters of the Ancients. Good, like death metal from Australia. And I know some people will give me shit for this, probably not. I got the new Spiritbox album, Tsunami Sea. And I just hate Kim's in these little fucking paper sleeve things. So, it's a good album. Looking forward to seeing them next month. So, at the Coca-Cola Roxy. So, see you all there. And I actually found this in my collection, which is Stereo Mud with Perfect Self. This is their first of 2. Only had 2 albums. This is their first album. And it's really good. It's sort of like underrated band. Then I got the first 2 albums. I only had the album Rising, but I need to get the first 2 albums. I actually got these from a seller in Germany off Discogs. I'm talking about the first 2 Stuck Mojo albums, being Snapping Necks and Pigwalk. I had to represent my home state of Georgia right here. As you can see, they're signed by 2 of the members, Rich Ward and Bones. So it's good to have these in my collection. Anyway, almost done. Next up, I got the new Whitechapel album, Hymns of Dissonance. I was fucking blown away by this album. It's great to see. They're basically like old school Whitechapel. They've got back to the roots, and damn, it's just like probably their best they've done in 15 years. And then the last band I want to talk about is the band Warmed, sort of like a technical death metal band from Spain. I have 4 of their releases I got from a Season of Mist. First off, I have is the Planetarium, probably butchered that. It's their first release that came out in 2003. Then I have the Neutrality EP. Smoo. I'm probably not even going to butcher these names. And then Metaportal. Yep, so that's all the CDs. Now we're on to the vinyls. And I actually got this today at a Second and Charles. Funny enough, I think they actually scanned the wrong item. So it only cost me like $5 instead of like 60 or so, but I'm not complaining. And that is 1 Cent from the Golden Hall by Amon Amarth. Classic melodic death metal from Sweden. And one of my favorite bands. And it actually came with a kind of like a clear kind of marble vinyl, which is pretty awesome. And then I got these first 3 albums are probably their best in my opinion from Arch Enemy. I mean, been around since the mid-90s from Sweden. I got their first 3 albums being Black Earth, Stigmata, and Burning Bridges right here. And this Black Earth one comes with in a gold vinyl. Just gotta put this back in here. I have Stigmata, which comes in this silver one. And then Burning Bridges. This one comes in a kind of a clearish kind of green vinyl. So that's pretty good. Next one I got is from a seller in Australia. I'm also looking forward to seeing this band at Maryland Death Fest finally, and that'd be Asphyx with The Rack. They're a death metal band from the Netherlands. I think this is a reissue that came out on Ibex Moon Records, which is run by my friend John McKenty from Incantation. And this vinyl itself is a clear blue vinyl right here. I'll get plowing through this, guys. Then next up we have Cannibal Corpse with Torture. I just needed to get this, one of the best modern day Cannibal Corpse albums. And this vinyl itself right here is this kind of weird little marble vinyl, bloody marble, I should say. It's fucking awesome. And then next three albums are, I actually also got these today at CD Warehouse in Marietta, and these are hard to, they recently were reissued last year. I'm talking about Dream Theater. First off, I have Images and Words, and these are all come in these kind of, this cool little, clear vinyl. No, like all these are, it's not just like Awake, it's also Images and Words. I also have Awake, and it's a gatefold right here with the band members at the time and the lyrics. And then I also have Scenes from a Memory. I have the same thing with pictures and artwork. And then these next few I got, they're all from the same band. That's one of my favorite bands. Looking forward to seeing them on the 26th again. And that'd be Ensiferum. First off, I have their first album, the self-titled. This is when they had Yari, who would go on to be in Winter Sun. And this is just Simple Black. And I have Iron, probably like my favorite Ensiferum album. It's 2 LP, black vinyl. And I have Victory Songs right here. It's a gatefold with the band members and the lyrics. I think this one also comes in a clear vinyl, kind of like the Dream Theater ones. And then I also have Unsung Heroes. Open up with the lyrics right here. I think this one also has clear vinyl. Just get this back in here. And then next up I have Fintroll with Midnattens Wonder. Probably, and this is funny enough, I got this sign from when I saw them at the 70,000 Tons of Metal cruise. And this vinyl is just Simple Black. It's kind of cool. I always think it's funny. I mentioned before in one of my updates, like they're from Finland, but all their songs and lyrics are in Swedish. I thought that's interesting. And then I also showed the case this on CD. Got the new Halo Effect album, March of the Unheard. Has the band members right here playing their instruments. And it's a two LP thing, or 1 LP. And this one right here is a clear kind of bluish vinyl, which is pretty good. Next up I have Kitty with Spit. And this one is a red vinyl. Then next up I got 2 albums from, I don't think I need to introduce these guys. Obituary, been around since the late 80s. I have their album World Demise. And this one's Simple Black. And then their latest album that came out in 2023, Dying of Everything. And here's the gatefold. And this one comes in a orange vinyl. Next up, I got Arise by Sepultura. Got this signed by Andreas Kisser and Paulo Jr. since they're only 2 that were on this album that were still in the band. And it's the gatefold with the lyrics. I actually think I got this from a friend for Christmas or something. And it's Simple Black. And then the last one I got, This was a hard to find one, but I got this on Discogs. This was New Era of Corruption by Whitechapel. Classic deathcore album. Here's the band members, the lyrics, and this one, Simple Black, right here. Now, let me just get this back in there. So that's my music collection update video for you guys. Thank you guys for watching this. Thank you guys for subscribing. And as always, keep it metal.